So this video is probably going to be a bit of a quick one. I just want to talk about Celtics at Hawks. Um, the game is currently still happening. The current score is 97 to 119 to the Hawks with 4 minutes remaining. Um, Look, I think could be the worst Celtics basketball I've seen in quite a while. Um, Starting things off, Gallinari has just been playing out of his mind. In the second quarter, with 3 minutes remaining, he was 100%, 7 from 3. Currently, I think he's on 40 points. With the game still going, he might have been subbed out now. Um, Look, Trae Young also playing fantastic. I think combined they've made something like 18 3-pointers or something like that, and there's still time left on the clock. Um, the Celtics just look lost. Defensively, they just look absolutely overwhelmed and they can't do anything. Um, as a team, they shot 5 for 27 from 3, and as a whole, 36 from 87. And then there's the Hawks, 22 for 41 from 3. So they're shooting over 50% from 3 as a team for the Hawks. Gallinari's on 38 at the moment, 10 for 12 from 3. He's just playing fantastic. I think one of the only shots that he's missed was when Taco Fall got subbed on and was able to block his shot within his airspace. But look, as I was saying, defensively, the Celtics are switching, and they're switching from zone and to man, and they look lost. They don't know when they should do it. The zone isn't working. Trae Young's able to get through it. The Celtics aren't playing aggressively enough for that zone to work. I think there was like 4 times in that third quarter. Trae Young just sees the gap straight away, and it's just because the Celtics have no intensity, which leads me to my next point. The Celtics are such a young team, with the exception of Jeff Teague and Tristan Thompson. They're a really young team, and they just look lost. They've got no intensity, no aggressiveness at all. We're just missing layups, easy shots, and it's incredibly frustrating to watch. Clint Capella is playing fantastic defensively. He's really able to shut down that Celtics offense, which is what we're doing. We're settling for threes, and normally they're going well, but this game it's just been atrocious. The threes aren't dropping, so we're having to go into the paint, and Clint Capella's just stopping all of our high efficiency shots. And yeah, honestly, the Hawks defense was fantastic this game. They're really forcing us to score in the interior, and we're not effectively doing that, and we're not effectively scoring on the outside either. But look, Trae Young bounced back. I do believe he's trying to make a bit of a statement about not making the All-Star team in Atlanta as well. I can imagine that would hurt a little bit. Tatum, during the second quarter with 3.5 minutes remaining, he was shooting 2 for 10. Look, Tatum's going to have good, bad games. So is Brown. I do want to mention Kemba and Smart both did not play. That is a pretty big deal, especially when the Hawks have their roster all on, I think, with the exception of a couple players. But when you've got the soul of your team in Marcus Smart and a 20-point per game scorer in Kemba, when they're both out, I'm not expecting to beat the Lakers, but I am expecting to beat the Hawks. Even though the Hawks have were coming into the season with very high expectations. I did think they were going to be a good team, especially with that Rondo pickup. I thought that was a really good pickup for them. But look, I still think we're the better team than the Hawks. We should be playing better than them. And it is quite disappointing to see how much we're struggling against them as well. It is nice to see Taco playing. Obviously, whenever he plays, it's never a good thing because it means we're either down by a lot. Very, very rarely is it because we're up by a lot. Look, Celtics are in a slump at the moment. There's no hiding that. I think we've lost our past 3 games and we're below .500, which is very disappointing. We're coming into the season. I was expecting us to be within the top 4 seeds in the East, and I think we're 6 or could be 7 after this game. And yeah, it's really tough to see that, especially for a team with so much potential and so much talent like this one does have. Um, yeah, look, there's not much else to say. A lot of people are still calling for Danny Ainge to make some changes for the team. I'm not totally against it. Something needs to change. Our bench is just not there. The players, when they get minutes, they look lost. I'm watching the game at the moment. They got Carson Edwards playing. He's just throwing up shots. I do want to see Aaron Naismith get some more minutes. He's playing at the moment. He's playing really well. I think he could have contributed to this game at the start. I think he had the highest catch and shoot 3-point percentage in this draft class, and we're not using that effectively. If I'm Brad Stevens, I'm at least putting him on for a couple minutes, running some plays to see if he can get hot. Right now in these garbage minutes, he's shooting really well. I've got no idea why he wasn't on the floor in the first or second quarter. I think he really could have made a difference, especially with this shooting slump we're in. But look, if I'm the Celtics, I do think I need to make a change, and that is through a trade. What that looks like, I don't really know. Whether or not it includes Kemba, I don't know. But I do think a change does have to come to the Celtics because it's just not working. They just look lost. There's no intensity. And for a team with such high expectations, they really should be playing better. But yeah, look, that's just about it. I just need to get that out of my system. It is really disappointing to see the Celtics play like this. I do think they'll turn a corner after the All-Star game, especially with those high-profile games they're playing against the Bucks and Nets soon in March. The Tatum and Brown normally show up for those big nationally televised games. But yeah, honestly, it is quite disappointing to see it, but, it is what it is. I don't think it's permanent. I do think it's a slump for a couple games, but I do think they'll turn around and they'll show people why they had those expectations later in the end of the season.